In this video, we will cover the top 10 finest fantasy movies on Netflix, which you should certainly watch if you haven't already. These 10 top fantasy epics offer magical journeys, mystical locations, and captivating narratives full of magic, curiosity, and delightful characters. Whether you like dragons, magicians, or tales of magic, these films have something to satisfy every fantasy fan. Now let's start the video. Number 10. Night Teeth. It is a 2021 fantasy horror thriller film, directed by Adam Randall. The film centers on a young driver named Benny, who is employed for a thrilling evening of fun in Los Angeles by two enigmatic women named Blair and Zoe. Before long, though, Benny discovers that his fellow travelers are, in fact, vampires on a murderous rampage. As the story progresses, Benny learns that Blair and Zoe are members of a bigger vampire tribe under the brutal leadership of Victor, who intends to increase his power and control in the city. In the meantime, Benny finds himself entangled in a bloody conflict between vampires and humans. The film is full of action-packed sequences, suspenseful moments, and surprises as Benny deals with the dangerous realm of vampires while attempting to outwit his clever opponents. Overall, it's a stylishly fun movie that offers a compelling supernatural mystery. Audiences who enjoy fast-paced thrillers and supernatural fantasy stories are going to like this one. Number 9. Inhuman Kiss. It is a 2019 supernatural fantasy romance film, directed by Siddhasiri Mangalsiri. The story is centered on the myth of the Krasu, a monstrous creature from Thai mythology. The Krasu is portrayed as a female entity whose head separates from her entire body at night while she wanders in looking for blood. The narrative centers on Sai, a young child who lives in a rural village that is plagued by the Krasu. While all is going on, a number of unexplained deaths take place in the hamlet, and Sai learns that she is being cursed by an ancient ritual and is changing into a Krasu. As she struggles to manage her new skills and conceal her horrifying form from the villagers, Noi, Sai's close friend, becomes desperate to discover the truth about the Krasu curse while seeking a way to protect Sai from her impending doom. The film digs deeply into the mysterious and dark realm of Thai folklore and provides an enthralling fusion of romance, horror, and fantasy that will stay with audiences long after the last credits have rolled. Number 8. Slumberland. It is a 2022 fantasy adventure film directed by Francis Lawrence. The plot centers on Nima, a little girl dealing with the passing of her mother. One night, Nima uncovers a doorway to Slumberland in her dreams, where she meets the quirky Emperor Morpheus, who tells her that he has been looking for an alternate successor to the kingdom of Slumberland and feels Nima is his chosen one. Nima, who wants to get away from her sad existence, volunteers to go with King Morpheus on his mission to bring peace back to Slumberland by defeating the evil Nightmare King. The film beautifully captures the charm and wonder of childhood dreams with its inventive set designs and visual effects, which create a whimsical and immersive experience. With its imaginative landscapes and exhilarating action scenes, Slumberland is a visual extravaganza that is delightful at all times. The film will captivate viewers of all ages with its heartbreaking tale and endearing characters, and it is a must-see for fantasy and family-friendly movies. Number 7. Bleach. It is a 2018 action fantasy film, directed by Shinsuke Sato. It is a live-action adaptation of the well-known manga and anime show of the same name. The plot revolves around Ichigo Kurosaki, a young man with the power to hear and see ghosts. He gains this ability after coming across Rukia, a soul reaper who sustains injuries defending him against a hollow, a demonic ghost. Under Rukia's supervision, Ichigo assumes the duties of a soul reaper, guarding the natural world against hollows and assisting missing souls to their eternal resting place. But as Ichigo struggles with his new responsibilities, more issues surface when Grand Fissure, a formidable hollow, causes devastation and endangers both the living and the deceased. In order to defend the people they love and put the realm of spirit back in balance, Ichigo and Rukia must face Grand Fissure and solve the mystery surrounding its beginnings. Overall, the film blends action-packed combat, mystical aspects, and meaningful character encounters with some unexpected twists to bring the popular manga and anime concept to life on screen. The film's visual effects are outstanding, especially in the violent fight scenes with the terrifying hollows, emphasizing the supernatural aspects of the plot without dominating the central human drama. Number 6. Troll. It is a 2022 epic fantasy monster film, directed by Roru Thog. The narrative opens with a railroad tunnel undergoing construction, while the workers burst through the historic stone, unintentionally awaking a big, giant ancient creature known as Troll that has been resting there for centuries. To deal with this, paleontologist Nora Tiedemann is called in to assist in deciphering this horrific activity, while the administration frantically tries to figure out what is happening and what precisely they are up against. The situation becomes more critical when the troll begins his journey towards the inhabited city of Oslo, while Nora and military forces attempt to figure out a way to stop him and avert a terrible calamity. Even though the film struggles to get past some awkward script management and the typical features of the genre, it still succeeds in being a strong giant monster movie, largely because of the excellent directing, action, visual appeal, filming, and cast performances. It wasn't groundbreaking or a game changer compared to other large monster films, but it was nevertheless interesting and captivating the entire time. Additionally, the film's conclusion does allude to a potential follow-up, so Troll 2 might happen soon. Number 5. Bright. It is a 2017 dark fantasy action film directed by David Ayer. The movie is set in modern-day Los Angeles, where people live alongside a variety of magical creatures, including fairies, elves, and orcs. The primary plot centers on two LAPD policemen, an orc named Nick Jacoby and a human named Daryl Ward. Despite their disparate cultural backgrounds and the hostility they encounter from other humans and creatures, the two officers end up becoming partners. Their constantly turbulent lives take a sharp turn when they learn that a young elf named Tikka is being hunted after by the followers of the Inferni, a formidable elven society that wants to use a mystical wand to bring the Dark Lord back to reality. The narrative advances as Ward and Jacoby work to keep Tikka and the wand safe and become entangled in a sinister plot involving gangsters, crooked police officers, and magical forces. Through its fantasy setting, the film tackles topics of hatred, bigotry, and socio-economic inequality and uses the bond between Ward and Jacoby to consider questions about a sense of belonging in a divided culture. The film is an innovative and daring effort to bring together the fantasy and criminal genres, but, at times, the narration seems disorganized and the plot finds it difficult to maintain balance amongst its various storylines. However, the film's amazing action sequences and world building provide moments of entertainment that will keep audiences interested until the very end. Number 4. Warcraft. It is a 2016 fantasy action-adventure film based on the video game series of the same name. The film depicts the war between the human occupants of the realm of Azeroth and the orc conquerors from Draenor. It all begins when the orc species faces extermination on their decaying world, Draenor, while their ruler, the orc warlock Gul'dan, uses black magic to create a gateway to the human realm of Azeroth. As the Orc Legion launches their conquest of Azeroth, the People's Kingdom's soldiers, under the command of King Lane Rin, prepare to protect their homeland. In the end, as humans and orcs engage in massive combat, the destiny of Azeroth ultimately rests on the result, which will determine the course of events for both realms. The film presents a visually magnificent spectacle full of epic combat and strange monsters, offering a thrilling journey into the enticing mythology of the well-known video game series. Even though the plot jumps around a lot and moves at an uneven speed, it's ultimately a fun fantasy story that will interest both newbies and fans of the video game franchise. Number 3. The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf. The film is a precursor to the well-liked live-action series The Witcher, and it examines the background of Vesemir, Geralt of Rivia's mentor, as well as the realm of sorcery and creature hunting. The plot revolves around Vesemir, a young witcher who is just starting out as a monster hunter. On his first solo expedition, Vesemir sets out to free a kingdom from a terrible beast called a Leshy, but he quickly realizes that there are other darker powers at work. As he investigates the conspiracy around the Leshy and the real source of the danger to the country, he encounters formidable wizards, vicious offenders, and an enigmatic magician named Petra. Fans of the series will adore the film's outstanding animation, exciting action scenes, and intricate world building. It is a fascinating and enjoyable addition to the series that provides all the action, mystery, and dark fantasy aspects that have made The Witcher a global hit, while giving fans an interesting look into the origin of one of its most adored characters, Vesemir. Number 2. The Old Guard. It is a 2020 fantasy action-adventure film directed by Gina Prince Bythewood. The narrative centers on an immortal mercenary group that has been battling for ages in secrecy to defend mankind. The group is led by the ancient warrior Andromach of Scythia, more commonly known as Andy, has survived for ages and is capable of healing from any wound. However, when Stephen Merrick, a drug company chief executive, discovers the presence of the immortals and tries to seize them for scientific research, the group's survival is put in jeopardy. What follows is an action-packed battle in which Andy and her crew race against the clock to avoid imprisonment and discover the truth about Merrick's motivations, all while dealing with personal issues and concerns about their duty to safeguard the world. The film's flashbacks, which give peeks into the immortals' previous lives and the hardships they've experienced throughout the years, add to its appeal. While exploring more profound concepts of devotion, sacrifice, and the very essence of humanity, the film presents an engrossing blend of violent action, chaotic background music, and interesting subjects. Although the movie's plot sometimes wanders into well-known superhero cliches, especially with regard to its villainous characters, its powerful psychological impact elevates it above standard genre entertainment. Number 1. The Yin-Yang Master, Dream of Eternity. It is a 2020 fantasy adventure film directed by Guo Jinming. The narrative takes place in a magical realm where humans live side by side with demons and otherworldly creatures. Meanwhile, the region is split into the Kingdom of Yang and the Kingdom of Yin, which are each headed by a formidable sorcerer referred to as a Yin-Yang Master. The movie chronicles the adventures of Qinming, a gifted Yin-Yang master assigned to preserve the balance and peace between the two kingdoms, who possesses amazing powers to manipulate the forces of Yin and Yang. However, when a string of unexplained deaths happen, apparently brought on by a strong monster known as the Thousand Eyes, relations between Yin and Yang worsen. In order to figure out the cause of the murders and learn the truth about the demon's motivations, Qinming and his helper Boya have been sent to look into the matter. As they investigate more, Qinming and Boya learn of sinister secrets and treachery and are compelled to form strange partnerships in order to fight the Thousand Eyes demon and bring peace back to the region. The film is an action-packed, visually gorgeous fantasy that blends martial arts, magic, and Chinese mythology. The film provides a striking cinematic experience for enthusiasts of the genre, thanks to its intricate world building, engaging characters, and dramatic narrative twists. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.